Welcome, Junior 5. Question words. Let's study the question words. What? We use what to ask about things, animals, and actions. For instance, what are you doing? I am writing. Writing, it's an action. So I used what to ask about the action. What's this? This is a book. It's something, so I used what to ask about it. Who asks about people? For instance, who is your best friend? Adel is my best friend. Adel is a person, so I used who to ask about it. When asked about time. For instance, when do you get up? I get up at 6 o'clock. It's time. Time could be hour, it could be a day, it could be a month, it could be a year. Time could be many things. Where? Ask about place. For instance, where do you live? I live in Egypt. Egypt is a place. How? Ask about means of transportation. Like I say, how does she go to school? On foot. Means of transportation, like by car, by bus, by taxi. These are means of transportation. You have by car, by taxi, by plane. Except, of course, when you go walking, you say on foot, not by. How many? Ask about the number. We don't forget after how many we have to mention the noun. We use noun. For instance, I say how many books. Books is the noun, then I add the helping verb. How many books are there on the table? There are 5 books on that table. 5 is the number and this is the answer. How much? Ask about quantity and the price. For instance, how much milk? Because milk is uncountable, I use the word how much, not how many. How much for the uncountable nouns. How much milk is there in the bottle? There is less milk in the bottle. Quantity, this is quantity. What about the price? For instance, how much does this dress cost? It costs 100 pounds. Here, missing S. 100 pounds. This is a price. How long? Ask about a period of time. For instance, how long have you stayed in London? I have stayed in London for 5 weeks. This is a period of time. How often? Ask about the frequency of the action or frequency of the time. How many times we do how often equal how many times. How often equal how many times you do this action. When you answer, you use the adverbs of frequency, which they are always, often, usually, never, once a day, once a week, once a month, twice, 3 times. Like, for instance, I say, how often does she go to the club? She goes to the club once a week. This is a frequency of the time. Now, how old? Ask about age. How old is Tom? He is 5 years old. How tall or how long? Ask about length. Like I say, how long is the snake? It's a 3 meters long. How tall is Anne? Anne is 1.5 meters tall. How high? Ask about height. How high is Cairo Tower? It's 200 meters high. This is the height. How heavy? Ask about weight. How heavy is Meg? Meg is 40 kilos heavy. Why? Ask about reason. Why Jack absent? Jack is absent because he is ill. I answer with because or for or to. We answer with because. When you ask with why, you answer with 3 answers. You can answer with because or for or to. What is the difference? After because, you write a sentence. He is ill consists of subject, verb, and object. After for, you answer with a noun or verb ing. After to, you answer with verb infinitive. To plus verb infinitive. Whose? Ask about possessions, things that I own, that I have. Whose book is this? This is Tom's book. Whose book is this? This is Tom's book. These are the WH question words. What about yes or no questions? In the present simple, we start with the verb is or are plus the subject, or you start with do or does plus subject plus verb infinitive. For instance, is he happy? Yes, he is happy. Does she drink milk every day? Yes, she drinks milk every day, or I can say yes, she does. The present continuous tense, when I use is with he or she or it, verb ing, is Tom having a party? Yes, Tom is having a party. Are with you and they, verb ing. Are they swimming? No, they aren't swimming. The past simple tense, when I use was or were and then the subject, was with he or she or it, were with you or they. If you have a verb regular or irregular, use did plus the subject verb infinitive. Like for instance, I say, was he happy yesterday? Yes, he was happy yesterday. Were they singing a song? No, they weren't singing a song. Did Ali eat his lunch? Yes, Ali ate his lunch. Here I use the past in the answer, ate. In the continuous, use was or were plus the subject plus the verb ing. Were they sleeping yesterday at 5? No, they weren't sleeping yesterday at 5. The present perfect tense, use has or have plus the subject plus the verb in the past participle. Have they already ridden bikes? Yes, they have already ridden bikes. In the future simple tense, use will plus the subject, of course, verb infinitive. Will she travel to Luxor? Yes, she will travel to Luxor. In the WH question word, you write the question word first, then in the present simple use is or are, do or does plus the subject. If you are going to use do or does, you add verb infinitive, of course. She always has a nice party. What does she always have? If you have does, you write the infinitive. In the present continuous, use the question word first, then is or are, then the subject, then the verb ing. Why did I add to the verb ing? Because I have is or are. They are eating lunch now. What are they doing now? Question word in the past simple. First we add the question word, then was or were or did subject verb infinitive. He was 10 years old. How old was he? She slept at 8 o'clock. When did she sleep? When we say did, we add the infinitive. The past continuous tense and question word was or were subject verb ing. They were painting at 4 o'clock yesterday. What were they doing at 4 o'clock yesterday? In the present perfect, the question word, then you add has or have, subject, and the past participle. She has just done her homework. What has she just done, or what had she done? In the future simple tense, you add the question word first, then will, then the subject, then the verb infinitive. They will play basketball in the club next week. So use where will they play basketball next week? Where they will play basketball next week. Now open your booklet, page 74. We are going to answer the rewrite. The first one, yes, I am happy. Use are. Yes, I am happy. Use are. When we use are, first thing that you do, you cancel yes. I am, it changed into are you. I am, it changed into are you. So I say, are you happy? Are you happy? Number 2, no, I don't drink coffee. We cancel don't. No, we cancel don't. and we say do in the question form and I change into you. Do you drink coffee? Do you drink coffee? In number 3, yes, it rains in winter. We cancel yes. We start with does. Does it rain in winter? Does it rain in winter? In number 4, no, he wasn't sad. We cancel no. We cancel not. We start with was and we write was he sad. Was he sad? In number 5, yes, they will buy a car. Cancel yes. Start with will. Will they buy a car? Will they buy a car? In number 6, this dress costs 100 pounds. Use how much. You will say how much does this dress cost? I use the helping verb does because the verb is in the present simple. Number 7, they went to the park. Use where. Where did they go? I use the helping verb did because the verb was in the past. Number 8, he has slept for 8 hours. Use how long. How long has he slept? How long? Here I don't need a helping verb because already I have the helping verb which is has and slept. I have 2 verbs. Yes, they drank tea. Did they drink tea? And as we mentioned before, after this verb infinitive, so I see drink, not drank. Number 10, we go to the library to read books. Use why. Why do you go to the library? Why do you go to the library? Number 11, Sue ate 10 apples. Use how many. Like we mentioned before, after how many we use the noun. So I say how many apples did Sue eat? Why did I say did? Because the verb was in the past. Number 12, Mr. Farid taught us English last year. Use who. Who taught you English last year? Don't forget us change into you. In number 13, no, I have never bought a car. Use have. Have you bought a car? Have you bought a car? Number 14, I was born on the 1st of June 1962. When? I will say when were you born? When were you born? Number 15, Soha weighs 50 kilos. Use how heavy. How heavy does Soha weigh? How heavy does Soha weigh? Number 16, she left 2 years ago. Use when. When did she leave? When did she leave? Number 17, this pen is mine. Use whose. Whose pen is this? Number 18, Mark was watching TV yesterday evening. Use what. What was Mark doing yesterday evening? Number 19, no, I wasn't busy yesterday. Use where. Were you busy yesterday? The last one, he is carrying some books. Use what. What is he doing? Or you can say what is he carrying. Thank you, Junior 5, for good listening. See you next time.